No need. I have bicycle. Yangshuo in the daytime is a little bit different than Yangshuo in the nighttime. I knew it was going to be this way. A lot more mountains and stuff. Before I get going too much today, I need to do some work. And in them there hills, hidden amongst the trees, is a place much renowned. So I just been in Starbucks for like the last few hours. I finished a bunch of vlogs and I made a friend. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Donald. I'm trucking around here, climbing mainly. I injured my legs and now I'm this guy.
He's here to do the thing he loves and he can't because he hurt his foot. I didn't even realize that this place was so so focused on climbing.
About at least 30, 40 international climbers. It's really nice.
That's pretty cool. It makes me feel like I should have added this to my Yangshuo bucket list, you know, like I should have added a Yangshuo bucket list item. But Waylon is climbing also? Or not so much?
I'm not really familiar. I just went here with friends I met in Tagag and we go climbing around and they've pointed me here. So yeah.
He's just bumming out. We talked for quite some time though, so it was a good conversation.
Definitely.
Take it easy, brother.
See you around.
All right, boss. Bye. Yeah, me and that guy, we ended up talking for quite some time, like hours. Such a tragic story. Came here to climb all the way from the Netherlands. Gets here, the mecca of rock climbing, the epitome of what he really wants to do, and he hurts his ankle. And so he's got to sit here. He was sitting in the corner of the Starbucks, brooding, you know, and he's just so bummed that he's sitting here while his friends are out climbing. And then at the end of the day, his friends come back, tell him about the amazing climbs they've been on, and he's got to listen to all the stories. It's like double torture. I was doing quite well on those videos. I actually had to pull myself away from them because if I didn't pull myself away, I'd still be doing them until like late. And I think it's more important that I get a little view of Yangshuo. I'm in like the middle of Yangshuo. There's this like really interesting market area with a lot of stores and like really vibrant life at night especially. I want to walk out on the street a little bit. We'll take a little walk. We'll see what we see.
Get up alone, too heavy on my own. The world is moving on, I'm still standing here, searching for steady ground, a place to settle down. No reasons left to find.
Yangshuo is mountainous, but not the mountains like Himalaya mountains. Basically, it's sort of like pimples. I was kind of analogizing them to pimples. You approach the area and you see these like little, just a couple. But by the time you get to Yangshuo, it's like full-blown acne. I mean, there are like pimples everywhere. I mean, they're not teeny tiny pimples. These are big pimples.
I will follow you through the night. I'll follow you. I make the same mistakes, forget how much it takes. No reasons left behind. One day I'll make you mine, and it won't come easy, but I know it's worth the fight, and I know you can see it too, so keep me hanging on.
What a nice flight. There's this girl here in the red. She's like a middle school kid. Such a sweetheart. She was grinning so big, you couldn't, like the grin was from here to here. Are you, this is your first time to Yangshuo? Yep. She even knew what YouTube was. She kind of knew. Hello, 你好. 教育好了？加油，加油！再见，朋友哈。哦，谢谢，谢谢。Oh, thank you, thank you. I almost lost my hat. So close to losing my hat. I just had some noodles and some dumplings, and it's the night has started to set in. Guys, remember that? Durian. Nasty, nasty fruit. Not acquired taste. So you remember that fruit that I had yesterday while I was riding into town? This is what it looks like, all dried out and powdered. It's chewy, not like super sweet. Just kind of like a smooth texture with a nice like outer edge. Jeez, I'm trying to describe. Sort of like a sweet potato maybe, as far as flavor goes, but a little bit sweeter than a sweet potato, and more of a consistency of like a molasses, but a thicker molasses. It's good. As it winds into night, people start setting up shop. It's the weekend, Saturday, so the little side venues, people selling all sorts of different things, they start displaying their wares out at the public area here. Try and make some dollar bills, but not dollar bills anymore. They're WeChat Chen. Because nobody really carries any paper money anymore. Everybody just buys things through their phone. Every single booth here, every single store has a QR code. You don't even have to carry around your wallet anymore. It's so simple. Yangshuo really lights up at night, like crazy. It's quite beautiful. It's funny how a place changes from the daytime to the nighttime, like it's two different places. Sometimes when I travel like this and I go to a place like this, I'm like walking through the major tourist area and it's just like lots of lights, lots of people, lots of very touristy things. I almost get a little bit sad because I know there's a lot more to the city than this kind of superficial tourist street. It's where everybody goes, and I typically don't like to go where everybody goes. I like to go to like the hidden underground places, but I'm not here long enough to see that underground place, and I don't know anybody here specifically, so I've got to kind of take what I can get. And this is great, don't get me wrong. It's just, I know that if I go down this street far enough, I'll hit another area that'll be a little bit more off the beaten path. And then I go a little bit farther. The farther off the beaten path you go, I find the more interesting, the more genuine the place becomes. But this will have to do for now. Tomorrow we're going to head to Guilin. I think I'll probably take a day there, produce some videos, and then I'm going to be flying back to Ningbo for a few days, not long. Me and Annie have been discussing on how to balance our relationships and our lives, and basically what we're going to do for the foreseeable future is that I was going to go home for like 10 days. After I came back, they were going to come back with me for 4 days, and then I was going to leave Guilin and be on the road into Vietnam, into Laos, back out of Vietnam, into Son Doong Caves. It was going to be months before I'd see him again. But holiday season's coming up, and Christmas and New Year's is something I'd really like to spend with them. So we're going to balance a few days. I'm going to go back to Ningbo for a couple of days now, in the short future, and I'm going to resupply. There's a couple of things in Ningbo I want to get for the trike, and kind of rethink a couple of things, just small stuff. But see Eva, maybe do a few of her Jamboree classes. Then I'll be back, but then I'll go south and I'll head to a city called Nanning. It's about a month's ride away, which works out pretty good. My pace has picked up quite a bit. I did 1,100 kilometers with a lot of rest and a lot of days off from the beginning of Xiamen until just a couple of days ago in like 22 days. And I was giving myself like a month and a half. So I actually have a lot of extra time, which is great. So I am estimating that it'll take me 3 weeks or so to get to Nanning. Then I'll take off a larger chunk of time, spend Christmas, and then spend New Year's with Eva and Annie. Then I'll return to the road, jump over the border into Vietnam, head to Son Doong Cave, and kind of be on the next leg of the journey. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is probably going to be going back as well for Chinese New Year, just the important holidays for Eva. But beyond that, we're on the road, and that's good stuff. Just before the police started walking down the street, you saw all the vendors on the side of the road running off into little alleyways. Get the hell out of here! Alright guys, it's only going to get more busy from this point, so I'm going to let you go. I cannot stay out too late, or I have a road that is awaiting me tomorrow. So I'm going to leave Yangshuo tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a good day. Jayoe.
Next time on the Jayoe vlog.
This time, the plan is that tomorrow, Annie and Eva are going to be meeting us in Guilin. Hello. Good morning. That was nice.